Welcome back to another Colin and Michael kitchen video. It's been a while since we've been in here, but we are looking forward to this Copycat recipe. This is a Longhorn Steakhouse mac and cheese recipe that we have gotten off the internet from Stephanie Manley. And we are going to try it out today to see how it compares to the real thing. So at the end of this video, we're gonna have our homemade Copycat along with the actual mac and cheese from Longhorn Steakhouse, and we're gonna see which one is the very best.
That's right, but before we start making the Copycat recipe, if you like food nearly as much as we do, you should definitely consider subscribing to the channel because we're getting close to 1,000 and we'd really like to get there as soon as possible.
Yep, so we've got all of the ingredients out here and we are going to be showing you how to make this. So if you want to follow along with us at some point and make this mac and cheese recipe with us, or you can wait till the end to see if it turns out well. But come back and watch it again and make this with us and you can see exactly what to do. All right, so the ingredients for today are white cheddar, Parmesan, flour, Gruyere cheese, I think that's how you say it, half and half, smoked paprika, not regular, butter, cavatappi pasta, Havarti cheese, panko breadcrumbs, and some bacon.
All right, let's head over to the stove and get started by cooking the pasta and the bacon.
Let's stop at the oven real quick and preheat it to 350 degrees. All right, we're getting started by cooking 1 pound of cavatappi pasta. And I'll tell you, this is not really easy to find. Luckily, I was at Fred Meyer and Private Selection had it, but none of the other brands had cavatappi, just elbow macaroni. So hopefully you can find this if you want to make it. It says to prepare per package instructions, which in this case is 4 quarts of water, of course boiled, and you're going to be cooking this for about 10 minutes. All right, while the water is coming to a boil, we're going to go ahead and cook 4 slices of bacon. See if we can get these lined in here. Yeah, it's not too bad. Need a fairly good sized pan to get these long strips in there and not have them too bunched up, but looks like we'll be able to get that to work pretty nicely. So we'll just get these cooked up, and after these are cooked, we're going to go ahead and chop them into bacon bits. We got a really good rolling boil there. And that's all just going to go in. We're going to turn this down a bit. Stir it up. As soon as it starts boiling again, I'll turn the timer on for 10 minutes. And we'll go ahead and check that at that point and see if it's ready. All right, it's been 11 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and take a piece out here and give it a try and see if it passes my bite test. Yeah, that's perfect. So we're going to go ahead and take that off and drain it, and then we'll get started on the sauce.
So now it's my turn to be the chef, and we're going to start on the sauce. So we're going to use 2 tablespoons of butter, as well as 2 tablespoons of flour, and then we're going to let them sit. I guess, are we going to stir them? Yes, you can talk. My dad is behind the camera right now, because we do not have a cameraman.
Yeah, we're cooking it on medium heat until it says the roux becomes fragrant, whatever that means.
Fragrant. So once we can, that's not really right. Once we can smell the butter and the flour, that means something. That means it's ready, or that means we can move on. So we've got 2 tablespoons of butter and 2 tablespoons of flour. We're now just going to mix them around with a wooden spoon. All right, so this is fragrant. So now what do we do? Oh, look at that. It's like all bubbly and weird. So
add the half cup of half and half.
All right. So our half and half here. We start with a half cup. We're going to be adding more later, but we're going to go ahead and pour that in. And then continue to stir, I imagine. So we're supposed to stir this up until it thickens, and then we're going to add another half cup, and it's looking pretty thick now. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take that off heat for a second, and get another half cup of half and half. Going to add that in, and then stir it until it thickens again. So it's nice and thickened up. We're going to add the rest of this half and half in. That's 1 cup. And stir it again. Lots of stirring. Alright, so I've been stirring this last cup of half and half for a few minutes now, and it's starting to thicken up. So now we've got to add a whole bunch of cheese. Now this is not just one type of cheese, so I'm going to read now because I don't have everything memorized how much cheese and what kind of cheese we want. So we got 2 ounces of Gruyere. I don't know how to say that, but we'll put it up on screen. We've got 8 ounces of white cheddar, and then 2 tablespoons of Parmesan, and 4 ounces of Fontina. So we're going to be adding that. You think now is good?
Yeah, let's start adding it.
All right, so
By
I'm
the way,
not doing it all at once. We're not quite sure how much to do because of the instructions, but I'm going to say this handful is a good amount to start with. So we just drop that in, and it says stir slowly. So I'm going slow, and then I'll add a little bit more in.
and we actually substituted the Fontina for Havarti.
Not on purpose, but on accident.
Okay. Yeah.
Someone accidentally got Havarti instead of Fontina, but we're in luck because I just looked it up, and Havarti is actually a good replacement for Fontina. So, all right, I'm gonna add some more. We got quite a bit, so oh yeah, this stuff is gonna be real good. So the rest of the cheese is in, and it's pretty much all blended in now. So we're going to add 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika. Now make sure not to get the normal paprika because they're definitely going to taste different. So 1 teaspoon of that going in. We're going to stir that up, and then we'll head, ooh, look at that. Then we'll head over to the counter to get this all blended up with the noodles, but not actually blended, just stirred together, because that would be kind of weird to put it in a blender. So we've got our pasta and our cheese sauce, and we're going to be pouring our cheese sauce in with the pasta and stirring it all up.
And Collin has been smelling this cheese sauce, and he thinks that it's going to taste quite yummy.
I sure hope so.
So these 4 cheeses mixed together, I guess, make a pretty good smelling aroma.
Yeah, it's a fancy word.
Yes. All right. So we just got to get that all stirred up, and then we're going to transfer it. I'm going to get a spatula so we can get all of that cheese into that pot.
Oh, okay.
All right, that's pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and get this sprayed. You're using a 13 by 9 baking dish. So this makes quite a bit. It's supposed to be 10 servings. Ooh, some noise. All right, go ahead and spoon that into our pot there.
And, or you can just
just kind of dump it in, I guess.
Dump it all in. This is going to be really good.
All right, so then we're going to add our panko breadcrumbs. It's half a cup of the breadcrumbs just sprinkled on top.
I think I'm going to cheat and lick this a little bit.
See how that tastes.
Oh yeah, that's good.
You approve.
I approve.
And then we've got our 4 slices of bacon that are all chopped up. We're going to go ahead and sprinkle that on top as well. And this is just about ready to go into the oven.
Yep. So once we got the rest of the bacon on, it's going to go in the oven for about 20 minutes or until the breadcrumbs become golden. Then we're going to take it out and go to Longhorn Steakhouse. Well, we're going to go there and bring it back. We're not going to do the taste test there. We're going to bring back the actual mac and cheese and compare them.
They may not appreciate that very much if we do it at the restaurant.
Our Longhorn Steakhouse mac and cheese is complete, and we also went and picked up the actual Longhorn Steakhouse mac and cheese. So now we've got them both in front of us, and we are ready to compare them after hours of slaving away in the kitchen.
Yeah, the slaving away mostly has to do with making a video and not actually making the food.
Yeah, that is true.
As I don't know how well you can see this, but there is quite a big difference in the way these two look.
Yeah, I was not expecting...
I'm not impressed.
I'm not impressed either.
But, you know, for the most part, I think a lot of our copycat recipes have kind of been like that. There's a few exceptions, but mostly they don't usually turn out to look as good as you want.
I wasn't expecting it to look that. I mean, I don't want to say bad, but ours just looks way better with the breadcrumbs and the bacon. This one does have some bacon, but it's kind of just in the sides, and I don't know. Yeah.
But again, this is kind of about the taste. Presentation is important, and this one wins by far in that field. But we're going to see how they compare in taste. So let's do that.
Which one do you want to start with?
Well, I want to start with that one because it looks yummier.
Yeah.
But should we baseline it with...
That's probably a good idea. Let's do that.
What is it called? Longhorn Steakhouse.
Mac and cheese.
All right. Oh, wow. I can...
It's a pretty sizable bite.
Yeah, the cheese is white. It's quite a bit of cheese in there. And by the way, it is the same type of pasta. So great job, Stephanie Manley, for getting the pasta right, the cavatappi.
That tastes great. It's really good.
That does taste really good.
I don't think there are any breadcrumbs even hiding in there. I didn't taste or feel any, so maybe this copycat recipe just
No
decided
breadcrumbs.
to add some.
And there is some bacon actually digging down. Oh, look at that. It's mostly at the bottom.
Yeah, there we go. I think I did taste a little bit in my bite. So
I better get one more little bite with bacon in it this time. I'm trying to pick out what herb or spice or whatever is in there, because it doesn't just taste like cheese.
That is true.
And it doesn't really taste like the paprika to me either, but I'm not quite sure what it is.
Not sure either, but I can tell you it's really good.
It's got good spice.
I think you can tell they have those different types of cheeses in there.
Yeah,
And probably
absolutely.
some of the same ones that we use, because I did taste the cheese sauce after we made it, and it tastes pretty similar to that. So
Okay.
We'll see how it is.
The pasta also is cooked, I think, perfectly. It's not too soft, not too hard.
Sorry if you heard that. I don't know what Alvin is doing back there. He's throwing up or something.
He's choking on something.
Yep. All right, so now for ours. This stuff is a little more crispy.
Oh, yeah.
And like we
Sure
said, it
is.
has those breadcrumbs. We went for a big bite here.
All right.
Oh, no! I'm not going for a big bite because it fell. Oh. There's
Wow,
like
they're
way less flavor.
quite a bit different. This one is crunchy. The pasta's not. The pasta's done well.
Yeah.
But
the breadcrumbs, nice addition in there to get some
breadcrumbs
extra
are crunchy.
texture.
It is not nearly as creamy.
No,
as this one.
or just flavorful in general, I
Yeah.
think. The cheese flavor doesn't come through quite as well.
Which is really unfortunate because you tasted the cheese sauce and it was really, really good.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't taste like the cheese sauce. I think,
It needs more, maybe?
yeah, same cheese sauce, but just more of it, like a lot more. And maybe it wasn't distributed perfectly. Maybe if I went for a different bite in here, we would get a little bit more, but
Yeah, possibly.
I don't think it would be that much more. And yeah, unfortunately, I think this is kind of an easy win in both presentation and flavor.
So
for different-
presentation
yeah.
here, flavor over here.
Yeah, the copycat version obviously looks way better, and the real version obviously tastes way better.
Yes,
So
it does. Yep,
that's very unfortunate. I guess looks don't matter as much as you might think, because this stuff does not look nearly as good, but there's a lot more cheesy flavor in here.
I wonder if they bake this. It doesn't look like it's baked, so maybe that's why it's a lot creamier, is because they don't bake it. Because when we put that in the oven, it looked pretty creamy,
Yeah.
but now it looks pretty dry.
So I would say, if you want this mac and cheese, just go get it at the restaurant itself, because it's not worth all the extra time.
Yeah, true. And I don't know what the exact cost is, but maybe we'll figure that out and put that here somewhere to let you know the cost difference between them. But normally homemade is going to be a lot less expensive, but the cheeses were pretty pricey, so it wasn't inexpensive.
And the cheese is kind of what let this down. I mean, the pasta was cooked well, the breadcrumbs were a nice addition, the bacon is even good, but it just didn't taste super cheesy. So you might need even more. I don't know, maybe go and try to make this
Double
with
the cheese
Yeah,
amount.
same cheese sauce, but just make a lot more of it and pour that on. So
And I
don't
think
know,
if
maybe
you
that'd
did
be better.
that, this would be a lot better. But for flavor, we're going to have to go with Longhorn
Yeah,
Steakhouse.
unfortunately. I wanted this one to be better.
Me too.
It looks way
It looks
better.
way better.
And we spent all that time on it. And I think quite a few times the copycat version has won in this series that we do, but today, not even close.
Nope. Sorry, but good try. And go for the restaurant food this time.
This is going to be the end of the video. We hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, please be sure to leave it a like and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. We'll see you next week.
See ya.